Hello beautiful, I'm gonna do a kind of a video that I have never done before, and this is gonna be the 10 things I don't recommend you to get during the ongoing Sephora sale. I did quite recently have a recommendations and wish list kind of a video where I was basically talking about like the things that I would recommend from Sephora and the things that I want to purchase myself. And I will have really soon a haul of like some of the things that I bought for myself. But I also got to thinking, because the haul, I've already filmed it and I've actually already used one of the items in there. And while I was filming this video, and I don't even know if you've seen that video, one of the items was just so bad, and it's a new product. And I was like, I really feel like I should talk about this while the sale is ongoing. Like, don't get this one. Like, I know it's new, I know it's hyped. I've seen literally sponsors post about this on Pinterest, like everywhere. And I just want to be like, these are the things where I'm like, get this out of your cart. You don't need to buy this item. Unless, of course, maybe you have different taste than me or something like that. But I'm just gonna try and steer you away from some of these items and just maybe steer you in a different direction. These are gonna be 10 products that I quite honestly think is like bad quality. Like products that are, you could do better. You could do better than these items. Let's start with the thing that I tried then. Some of these things I've already decluttered from my collection. They are no longer here, and I'm gonna have to like show you a picture. But the thing that I used, and I had such high expectations of this product, and that is the new lip liner from Merit. This is supposedly a sheer lip liner, and if you do not know, I love, and I'm going to talk about another lip liner that I don't like either, I love a lip liner that is not full on opaque, that is not overly creamy, something that is quite honestly sheer or like buildable, something that you can go in easy with, because I personally don't like when you get that thick, very pigmented line straight out of the gate, because the liner is just too creamy and too pigmented. This one with the sheer lip liner, I was thinking this was going to be one of those lip liners where you didn't get too much product straight out of the gate. First of all, it's glowy and it doesn't dry down. Let's just start there. It's glowy and it doesn't dry down, and it wipes off very easily, even when you have it on your lips and when you leave it on for a bit. So this has the formula of almost like a glowy, buildable lip balm. It's a really weird texture. It goes on like a shiny lipstick, but just slim. So yeah, it's transparent. Like, it's not fully opaque, but also this is not the formula you want in a lip liner. And I'm so confused by this one. I feel like they just could have come out like, why don't just do a sheer lip balm then? Because this doesn't dry down. It won't keep your lip, like whatever you put inside your lips, it won't keep that from bleeding, which is how I use a lip liner. And I'm just really confused by this product, and I quite honestly just think this is a dud. You don't need to be purchasing this. Something else that I'm pretty sure I've already decluttered from my collection that I also don't like, for the exact reasons that I mentioned before, is something that a lot of other people like, but that is the Fenty lip liner. This is a very pigmented, very creamy lip liner where there is no other choice than to get a straight up pigment thick line straight out the gate, which is not what I like. If you like when people like describe a lip liner as ultra creamy, very pigmented, one swipe pigment, you might like this. But if you like the same lip liners as me, you're not gonna like the Merit one, and you're not gonna like the Fenty one. The Fenty one, to me, it almost becomes thick on the lips because it's so pigmented. It is almost like a lipstick again in formulation. If you are looking for a good lip liner from Sephora, I really like the Makeup by Mario ones. I love the ABH ones. I also think that the ones from Makeup Forever are really good. I wish they would come out with even more colors, if I'm going to be honest. But those are some of the formulas that I really enjoy if you like the same formulas as me. Those two formulas aren't my favorite. Something else that I want to steer you away from, where I'm just like, I love this brand, but I just think that this is a little weird, and that is the new blush, forgive me, rosy serum for the cheeks from Glow Recipe. I love Glow Recipe so much, and I have mentioned Glow Recipe products in almost all of my Sephora recommendations videos that I've done. Half of my skincare routine is Glow Recipe, but I just don't understand this product. So there is a doe foot and there is a tinted product in here, but they're calling it skincare, but it is a blush. But the blush it smells very good. The blush is too watery. It feels like a serum. So it's so watery with the pigment that it's very easy for it to either, you know, start to dissolve whatever you have going on underneath, or to become patchy because you're trying to blend it out, you're trying to build it up. It's too watery, the pigment becomes splotchy. I just think that this is a great formula for a serum, but not a great formula for a blush. And if you are the kind of person that you really don't use makeup and you just want to have rosy cheeks, sure. But if you're the kind of person who loves makeup and you want to use this as a liquid blush, there are so many good liquid blushes at Sephora. This is not the one I would recommend. I would recommend the one from Huda Beauty. If you're looking for a good liquid blush, that is my favorite right now. I recommended that in my recommendations video. I'll leave that down below. This one is incredibly hyped, but I don't think it's worth the hype. I really think that you can do better than that. And I personally feel the exact same about the Rare Beauty contours. I think, and I've heard people say that these are so easy to blend out, but every time I see people blend these out, they seem to have the exact same problems as I have with this one, which is that whatever you put it down, it's kind of sticking. It's drying down very easily. It has that formula where it dries down really quickly, but simultaneously almost being like a little oily in texture. And I feel like if you try to blend it to the point where it's seamless, you start lifting foundation because you need more time with this than the formulation is willing to give you before it dries down. And I just think it looks patchy. I think it looks dirty. I do appreciate contours coming back, and I want to experiment a little bit more with contours. I actually bought a contour myself in the Sephora sale. I bought the ABH one. We'll see if I like it. But with this one, I love, like with a burning passion, I love the Rare Beauty cream bronzer. I'm wearing that one today, the cream bronzer stick. I know that that one is a bronzer and not a contour, but I just don't like the formulation of this one. I feel like this is the same formulation as the blush and it just doesn't work as good as a contour. That's how I feel about this product. I know some people love it. I need a liquid product for my contour or for my cheeks that gives a little bit more time to work with than that one, unless it's a blush or highlighter, because I feel like I don't need to blend those as much. Speaking of Huda Beauty, I love Huda Beauty. It's one of my favorite brands, but their lip glosses, I think you can do so much better. And let me actually mention, I have the Makeup by Mario lip gloss here. I just mentioned the Huda Beauty liquid blushes, love them. The Makeup by Mario lip liners, love them. These though, no. This gloss, mediocre. It's really mediocre. It disappears kind of quickly. It doesn't look very glassy on the lips. And it's just like a high price tag for something that you can do much better. Let's be honest, from like the drugstore. I don't think that these are amazing. With these, there's something about this formulation. These look incredibly glassy on the skin and they have a more gel-like texture that I do prefer, but something about the pigment in these glosses, I have them in 2 different colors, they almost separate and just look striped on your lips. So after a short time of wearing these, the pigment kind of ends up in the ridges of my lips and the gloss is kind of floating on top of it. So it just looks really, really weird. And I don't understand what's up with this formulation. Again, I think you can do much better in the gloss department when it comes to, I mean, Sephora, but also like all together than these. I can't on the top of my head, what glosses do I really love from Sephora? Honestly, I can't even remember on top of my head. I like the gloss sticks from Makeup by Mario. I think those are really beautiful. I'm trying to remember. Like, honestly, get a gloss from a drugstore. Next thing I'm going to mention is something where I'm like, this is just a proceed with caution. And I have the travel here of KILIAN's Angel Share, which is one of my favorite perfumes in my collection. I don't spray a lot of perfume, and for me to use this much even of a travel spray is unusual for me. I'm the kind of person, I do 1 spritz and that's it. That's why I never go through my perfumes. This smells like a spicy, boozy apple pie. I know those are not the notes, but that's how it smells. It is a beautiful, spicy, like fall time gourmand fragrance. And recently they came out with a flanker of this one, which they came out with a new version of the Angel Share. And at first when I heard about this, I was like, this is amazing. I love Angel Share. I cannot wait to smell the flanker, like the sister to this one. The thing with Angel Share is that the big size of this one is $275, which quite honestly, if I go through that one, I would pay for it because it's a great fragrance. And then they came up with Angel Share Paradis Extrait, which is the same fragrance, but it's supposed to have a raspberry liqueur in there. The thing is though, they're the same. I am so sorry. They are so similar to each other. The hint of raspberry is so... Hint is definitely the word here. That is the main character of this plot, a hint of raspberry. But the Angel Share Paradis only comes in a big size. It does not come in one of those travel sprays, so you have to buy the full size of it, and the full size of that one is $385. Do not pay $110 extra for a hint of raspberry that, quite honestly, when I smelled them side by side, I barely could tell the difference. I'm just telling you right now, if you love the Angel Share and you have the Angel Share, stay with that one. If you love the Angel Share but you don't own it yet and you think the one with raspberry is going to be better, it's not $110 better. I just say save your money and get the other one, or just get a travel spray of the small one. I just don't think it's worth it at all. Okay, let's talk about 3 products that I don't recommend in the Sephora sale that I have just decluttered from my collection. The first one mentioned, all 3 of these I mentioned in my least favorite products of 2024, some of the worst products I tried of the year. One of them is the Murad Multivitamin Clear Coat SPF 50 Sunscreen. This is still available at Sephora, and it has almost a 5-star rating, which makes me so confusing because this is the worst skincare product I've ever tried in my life. It is like a silicone butter. It just lays on top of your skin. It never sinks in, and there is absolutely no way that you are gonna go through your day without feeling like you have mucus, like actual snot on your face. Absolutely no chance to apply any makeup on top of this, and it does not sink in. It is just this greasy, slimy, just awful goo that goes on your face, does not sink in, floats around, is disgusting. You cannot put anything on top of it. And I am so confused why people are giving this such good reviews. Complete garbage. Yeah, terrible product. Almost all reviews are bought for the product. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I am so confused why people would give this. Doesn't dry down, exactly. And this one is so confusing. 5-star. This sunscreen is literally the perfect thing for people like me who wear foundation almost every day. There is just no universe, no alternate universe either, where I could put foundation on top of this gooey mess, because it doesn't dry down. It just slips around. Like, it's impossible. I don't understand. Okay, someone says, let me just say, this will be your new favorite sunscreen if you have dry skin. Leaves me feeling dewy and hydrated with no white cast because it's clear. Yes, no white cast, but it is dewy. That's not how I would describe this, because it just, again, it's like this slime that just floats on your skin. Oh, incentivized. Yeah. I'm just gonna say, I think this is horrible. Don't waste your money on this one. I honestly think, like I said, worst skincare product I've ever tried in my life. I literally could not recommend this less. The next thing that I would not recommend, because I feel like we're coming into that like time of the year now when we're starting to look for skin tints and something that's a little bit more dewy and just breathable and maybe not full coverage. And one of the worst products that I tried of last year was the Kosas BB Burst. This one is a tinted moisturizing gel cream. And for me, this is a greasy mess. It is so greasy on the skin. It looks like I have literally just gone in with colored butter. It is so thick and heavy on the skin. It moves around, it breaks up. It looked absolutely atrocious on my skin after just a couple of hours. This is a grease bomb. So unless you have extremely dry skin or love looking like you have, like, are about to be, go into the oven to be served for family dinner, definitely do not recommend this one. If you are looking, I have it here, wait, if you are looking for a gel skin tint, I would go with the Milk Makeup. That's what I'm wearing today. This is also a gel skin tint. It's for Milk Makeup, and this one does sink into the skin. It looks very like fresh and somewhat dewy if you don't set it. If you set it with powder, you can wear it all day. I have oily combo skin. I have been able to wear this all day and make it work for me. It doesn't break up, it doesn't move around, it doesn't settle into my smile lines, and it doesn't like just float around on the oils of my skin. If you're looking for a gel, this one. Don't get the BB Burst one. I just really did not like that one at all. Then we have the Rare Beauty True to Myself Tinted Pressed finishing powder. Did not like. I think this is the last product that I have to talk about. And then I have a bonus product because I kind of want to like gloat in how bad this product was. Okay, I'll save that towards the end. Hold on, I'm going to talk about that one and you will giggle with me. So this one, I actually sent this one as PR and I have already decluttered it from my collection. This powder, it doesn't make you matte. And I don't think that it is blurring enough to be a finishing powder. This is the kind of powder that if you use what I would think is a normal amount of powder for a finishing powder, just dusting it over, it does absolutely nothing. It literally does nothing. So if you end up using a little bit more and then it goes from nothing to incredibly heavy and visible immediately. And there was no way I could use this powder where it made sense, did what it promised to do, and didn't look cakey, heavy, or just over the top. This was the kind of powder that either it did nothing or it destroyed my makeup. I did not like this in any way, shape, or form. I didn't like it on its own either. I just thought it looked heavy and weird, or like absolutely nothing at all while simultaneously doing nothing at all. And it didn't help with oils and it didn't blur my skin. It didn't do anything. I thought this was just a really weird product and I just really didn't like it at all. If you're looking for a really nice finishing powder, the new one from e.l.f., I know it's not even from Sephora, that one is honestly really beautiful. I really like that one. I like the Huda Beauty powder if you're looking for something mattifying. The One Size Loose powder is probably the most mattifying, one of the most mattifying powders in my collection. If you're looking for something like that, definitely recommend those. But if you're looking for a pressed finishing powder, I'd say honestly go with the e.l.f. one. It's a really nice one. Now, let's do a bonus. This is bonus entry. Can we talk about the fact that one of the products that I said, one of the worst products that were released in 2024, so many people had them on their worst of beauty list for last year, and I was gonna say, please do not buy the highlighter duos from Patrick Ta. I've already decluttered mine from my collection. There's no way I'm keeping that one. It was gooey. It was like Vaseline. It was like glittery Vaseline. It dissolved anything you had under and it just looked weird, and it was like actual Vaseline on the cheeks, so your hair would stick in it. It was weird. Like you just had hair on your Vaseline cheeks that looked less greasy and oily, because that's what they were. They were greasy and oily. And I was gonna be like, I'm gonna put this on the list. I'm gonna tell people to not waste their money on this highlighter. It's been discontinued. It's no longer on the Sephora website. You can find what I am assuming is the last stock on the Patrick Ta website, but it's been taken away silently. It's been taken away from the Sephora website. And I gotta say, that's what happens when you release something that's like, quite honestly, an awful product. They just silently discontinue it and they forgot it happened and they don't want to talk about it again. But no luck there, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the fact that this product was awful. They released it and said it was going to be amazing. Nobody liked it, and lo and behold, less than a year later, it's nowhere to be seen. Huh. Funny how that is. Quinkydink. So those were the items that I would not recommend you to buy during the Sephora sale. If you do want to get some recommendations, I will leave a video link to that down below. You can check out what I got, and I will have my haul live. I'm thinking probably tomorrow, actually. My Sephora haul will be live, and the things that I bought, because like I said, I've already filmed it. I've already tried some of the items, and I actually will probably make some more, another order, maybe even 2 more orders, because I want to get those scents from Boy Smells, the new ones that I talked about in my new makeup releases that was live on Friday. They're up on the Sephora website, but they're not available yet, and I am dying to get my hands on them. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Oh, and also a bonus. Let me know one thing that you would not recommend to anyone that's from Sephora, that you will tell people, don't buy this one. I would love to hear about it. Don't forget to subscribe freely, and I will see you, I'm thinking tomorrow, for my Sephora haul.